We all are familiar with the tale of a young boy who with one mighty swing felled a great cherry tree. We remember hearing young George Washington declare, "It was I who cut the tree with my little hatchet, for you know, Father, I cannot tell a lie." To which the father, embracing his son, exclaimed, "My son, that you should not be afraid to tell the truth is more to me than 1,000 trees." But one might also recall another story. Corrie ten Boom was raised as a devout Christian. Being honest and true were important aspects deemed necessary in the ten Boom family. Yet, despite her upbringing, Corrie created a secret annex and became an integral part of the Dutch underground. Corrie was willing and did lie in order to protect fellow members of the underground and to conceal Jews from the Nazi Party, unlike her sister Nolly, who was never able to alter her beliefs that lying was wrong. Such stories are about the same topic, lying. Yet each story's targeted audience is different. The legend of the cherry tree is often told to young children to encourage them to be like Washington and avoid lying, even if the consequences might be unpleasant. Yet, lying is a much more complex topic, as shown in The Hiding Place. As children get older, they are more able to tackle such complex subjects which challenge their accepted notion of truth. With more maturity, perception of reality increases, and children's abilities become greater. With age comes more responsibility, and as one gets older, making the right choice becomes more intricate and difficult. Important questions that need to be asked are, is Corrie right to lie, or is Nolly's decision to tell the truth the right thing to do? What makes her circumstance excusable? How can one determine whether a person's motives are truly righteous or verify another's actions as being pure? And what situations is it ever right for a person to lie? Although one might be tempted to plunge quickly into the argument and dispute in favor for a stance, one must understand a few concepts before making a learned decision on lying. First, one must understand a definition of a lie. According to James Mahone, professor of philosophy, a lie is making a believed to be false claim with the intention to deceive an audience consisting of good citizens. Next, there are many biblical stances. One such stance is that lies are frowned upon and liars are condemned, and demonstrated in Proverbs, Revelation, and the Ten Commandments found in Exodus 20:16. Additionally, there are examples of liars who are condemned, such as the serpent who lied to Adam and Eve. Another example of liars who are punished are Sapphira and Ananias, who are found in the early church age and die on the spot because of their lies. Yet, there are examples such as Abraham, Jacob, the midwives who protect Moses, Jael and Rahab, who either go unpunished or are praised for their lies. Lying is a greatly touched on subject with many varying viewpoints and is highly debated by great and influential minds such as Machiavelli, Augustine, and Michel de Montaigne. Machiavelli, for instance, believed that lying could be an important defense against evil. Yet there are those such as Montaigne and Augustine who strongly and devoutly believe that lying will always be wrong. Such a topic has gripped great minds and weathered the test of time for a reason. Lying can simply be defined as making a false or believed to be false claim to another person or group, intending that the person or group believe the statement to be true. A person must intentionally mislead another in order to lie. Lying so defined can be acceptable and even beneficial to help others or avoid harm if they are told out of faith with no expectation for compensation, to protect the innocent from harm, defend humanity against evil, and are told to those who do not deserve the truth. For a lie to be justified, a lie must be told to one who wishes harm and only has evil intentions. For instance, imagine your neighbor is suffering from spousal abuse. Being a good Christian, you protect her and provide an asylum, and if necessary, will lie in an instance where her husband seeks her out. For instance, since 1973, when the first women's shelter was established, the practice of lying stemming from the desire to protect was embraced. If an abuser seeks out and wishes harm to another, one should lie in order to protect those seeking asylum. God gave Moses the 10 Commandments, one of which directs man to be truthful to one's neighbor. But what if one bears false witness in order to protect a neighbor? In such circumstances of abuse, or where one is in danger, one should lie because it is a selfless action done out of love and for protection from those who wish harm. Those who wish harm upon others do not deserve the truth, for they will use it to bring evil results. The Bible recounts in Joshua 2 the tale of Rahab, a sinful woman living in Jericho. Rahab lies and conceals Hebrew spies because she believes in the Hebrew God and has heard of his powers exhibited in Egypt and of his protection of his people in the wilderness. And as a result, she is blessed by the Lord. And when the Hebrews attack Jericho, she and her family are protected. Rahab's bravery and lies are praised because they are told to the king of Jericho, who not only wishes to see the downfall of God's chosen people, but wishes to harm others. She does lie in order to protect and because she has no expectation for reward. Ethically, one must consider that lying is justified when it is done to ensure justice. In situations where society is crumbling, or if morality has been scattered to the wind by dictators or monarchies, it is one's duty to lie to those who wish to destroy society. An important example found in the Bible are Jael and the Egyptian midwives. Jael promises protection to the tyrant Sisera, but she betrays him and drives a tent peg through his head. The Egyptian midwives lie to Pharaoh and as a result save the lives of innocent infants. If God not only forgives these situations of lies, but instead blesses Jael and the midwives, then perhaps we should consider that there are appropriate times for lying. Now let's return to the story of Corrie ten Boom, which is an important example of lying done out of protection and for the greater good. Corrie believed devoutly that it was right to lie in order to protect those from Hitler, and she lied to the Gestapo and saved those hiding in her home. Corrie stated, "Surely now of all times, a lie is permissible." Another instance are missionaries who pass out Bibles in dangerous countries such as Russia or China and other high-risk secular areas who are in constant danger. Imagine if they were pulled over by the Russian government and questioned. It would be dangerous for them to divulge information about where Bibles are or who they gave Bibles to, and it would imply others. The Russian government is willing to kill or torture or send people to working camps just because they hold a differing opinion, whether religious or political. Lying to the Russian government in circumstances such as these should be excusable because they fulfill the criteria that a lie must be told to a dictator or tyrant. Lies told to communist dictators and stem from protection of fellow brothers and sisters in Christ are true and right. Finally, consider the example of prisoners of war. If a soldier fighting for a righteous cause is captured and tortured for critical information, lies may prevent or delay the enemy from executing their plans. If a person does not lie in that situation, they could be seen as helping the enemy, and could potentially be tried for betraying his or her country. Lying in such circumstances is crucial to prevent pending harm. Yet, despite all the evidence provided so far, many Christians still have objections, one of which is that lying is ultimately unbiblical. Another is that it places far too much faith in human hands. In response to the first issue, it is true that such passages such as Leviticus 19:11 state, "You shall not deal falsely, you shall not lie." Additionally, Ananias and Sapphira die because their lies stem from greed. Yet liars who are punished are ones who lie for selfish purposes. Those who are unselfish are commended. For the second issue, it's true that mankind is naturally deceitful and self-deceptive, yet this is where a check and balance system is crucial. A good supportive community of Christians keeps a person grounded. When all is considered, there's evidence which points to justified lies. Those who lie out of protection or to those who are unmerciful, such as dictators, abusers, and tyrants, are forgiven. Yet it is only justifiable if intent branches from untainted intentions and not from greed, materialism, or a desire to elevate oneself. Although it might be tempting for us to search for the simplest answer, which is the idea that all lies are wrong, we cannot do so. I urge you to strive to untangle the complex and difficult web of deceit. Through the Bible comes clarity, but we must be willing to take the time to interpret and question in order to receive an answer. It is important that clarity is obtained so that one might understand what route to take with a lie. Thank you.
Test.